Hello, hello. Good morning, continuous liners. This is Meagan Burns coming to you live from the streets of San Miguel de Allende. I am here anxiously awaiting the arrival of my beautiful latte. Such a treat to go out for a beautiful latte in a beautiful ceramic mug. And I'm here at this cafe in San Miguel, Polo. And it's quite lovely. Here, I'll give you a little... I'm the only one in this portion of it. There's like an outdoor, not terrazza, just patio seating. And you know, this place turns into a bar at night, like a lot of places do. And they have mezcal and beer. That's the mezcal bar over there, and the cerveza and stuff like that. And today, over on this side, not today, in the morning, it's beautiful coffees and pastries and what do I see over there? You know, the usual stuff. So I am here doing my continuous line warm-ups, and you know, this month, March 2025, was the kickoff for the beginner's continuous line, and it's different for me because I'm so used to having like not one-on-one, but just a much more visceral connection to the group through live Zooms and stuff like that. I mean, recorded classes are a godsend, and as those of us who went through the pandemic, which is all of us, you know, just to have the opportunity to do recorded classes during those days of just always being at home and not being able to travel and stuff like that was a true godsend. But there was, is my pen dying? But there was the downside to that is that it was pretty exhausting being on Zoom, right? There we go. Not only Zoom. Wait, let me back that up. So, like, Zoom was cool to have that opportunity to connect with people at a time when we couldn't connect with people. The recorded classes, that was even trickier because during that time, yeah, they were godsend and easy. You know, thank God we had not only like Zoom stuff, but recorded classes too. And so with my continuous line, the new beginners class, it is more being done, not recorded. There is a live Zoom class, but a lot of it is done through video and email and posting the information. And while that is good and it is reflective of the price, it for me it just feels weird because I feel like I want to go sit next to these people and be like, hey, let's do this together, right? Let's do this together. So I am doing my continuous line warm-ups with a very shaky pen. I'm not shaky, but my pen is shaky in that the ink is not coming out. But anyways, that doesn't matter because I can still get her done. So I am going to, this video goes into the continuous line storytelling, which is a free open group. And we've got a couple of things going on. We've got the continuous line flowers. We've got drawings from the continuous line Zoom class. And, oh, muchísimas gracias. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, I have to pause for this beautiful latte. Look at that, would you? Oh my God, look at it. I mean, it's huge, and thankfully they don't fill it to the top because it's filled up to here. It's still pretty big, right? So muy buenos dias to everyone. Happy Friday, March 7th. Woohoo! Oh my God. That's so good. Hey, here's a little something. You know what I got in my ears right now besides my earbuds? I have mustard seeds crammed into my ears. Not the ear canal, but I have like on a piece of like medical tape, I have mustard seeds taped right into where the earbud sits. You know why? Because it helps motivate your thyroid. I just had a big doctor's appointment and everything's pretty good, except I've got, like a lot of women, I've got some thyroid metabolism issues, and so I'm trying to take care of things holistically, because right now none of it's a problem. So I remember seeing a Chinese doctor back in San Francisco years ago, actually when I quit smoking, and I was so sad and depressed, and of course I gained weight, right? And so he crammed mushroom seeds into my ears. And that, in the combination of doing some Chinese herbs and acupuncture, I got better. So when I get back to San Francisco, I'm going to go see an acupuncturist. I think they're here in San Miguel, but I don't know. There's not a lot of Chinese medicine wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom here, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of regenerative and holistic health here. I just don't know who, what, where, when. And so yeah, I got mustard seeds in my ears. And so then I'm reading about mustard seeds, and they're very good for new beginnings, new growth. And I remember being from Chicago, the house, the building, the place where people met for Alcoholics Anonymous was called the Mustard Seed. And that makes a lot of sense, right? New beginnings, new, transformation. And so that's why I have mustard seeds in my ears, because I'm going through a whole transformation. So there's my mustard seed story. So in the continuous line storytelling, we have the continuous line flowers. We have just continuous line drawings. A lot of people are doing the 100 people in a week challenge that Mark Terra Holmes, a lot of urban sketchers are doing it. So you may see some people drawings. And then drawings from my my advanced paid Zoom class, right? And so I know that many of you who know my work are probably just tired of hearing me talk about the importance of these lined warm-ups. But honestly, this is the secret sauce right here, is these continuous lined warm-ups. I had a conversation with one of the gals who's in the beginner's class, and she was saying that by doing these lines, it was kind of opening some things up for her, some new thoughts, new ideas, new, maybe not even new, just opening up some thoughts to herself. And so as she was doing the lines, she went into writing, right? Which is very powerful. That's really getting into the Julia Cameron's artist way, where you do the morning pages, right? I did those morning pages for quite a long time, and then I stopped, right? Like with a lot of things. Oh yeah, no, it's really good for me, and I really liked it, and it really helped me. But then I stopped, because I did. So that's, it's human nature, I guess, right? So this is, while not as challenging, I guess, as the morning pages, this is a form of morning pages, and something that, like when I started doing this, I took right to it, right? I just, there was something super powerful about just a continuous line warm-up. And this is what, I will harp on this every single time, the importance and the impact of doing this, super elementary, the bracelet's getting me all jammed up. This super, I'm taking it off. I am taking it off because it's really bothering me. It's very pretty though, isn't it? It's all sparkly. It's from Nayarit. Oh yeah, so much better, right? I don't feel any resistance on the page now. Oh yeah, look at that. That is such a nice experience. This is what I call ice skating, when I'm just moving along the page. And you know what? Here's something. Ice skaters leave the ice. Ice skaters leave the ice. Ice skaters leave the ice. Because I get quite often people say to me, oh my God, I lift the pen. Is that all right? Oh my God, I didn't do a full continuous. Oh my God, I lifted the pen. It's totally okay to lift the pen. It is totally okay. Even ice skaters leave the ice, right? Beautiful day here in San Miguel de Allende. Yeah, isn't that lovely? So I will, as I just said, and I'm going to say it again, these things are super important. The continuous line warm-ups, right? In these live streams, I don't even go to the pattern making, because that brings us into a different arena of drawing, because that's when you start to bring your ego back in. So the continuous line warm-ups is literally, it's conditioning your hand and your eye to do the long strokes, right? To finish your thoughts, right? And channeling is kind of a drilling down when you do long form writing and like in the morning pages, you're like extracting information, and you're extracting chaos, and you're extracting confusion and perhaps anger and sadness. I mean, there's a lot of things shifting in our world these days. I mean, there always has been, right? Life has always been stressful and chaotic. I would say right now the volume is turned up to 12 billion. But you know what? It's not like we're in war. There are people in wartime, right? And active wartime, right? So while it is stressful indeed, and while there's a lot of chaos, and that's like the whole motivation, the whole MO with this administration is just to be so chaotic, to confuse and frighten people, and it's working, right? There's a lot of people that are quite upset these days with good reason. There's the fear of like losing perhaps some income, not income, but you know, like payments that they are due, Social Security, Medicaid, right? So you're talking about like, you know, living. These are all root chakra issues, the security and safety of home. And with this administration thinks it's a good idea to upset all the Americans as far as their homes, their health, their well-being, right? Why anyone would think this was a good idea, but there's probably ulterior motives, right? So there's a lot of instability and insecurity around root chakra issues, which is the base chakra, the base of the spine, and that upsets everything, right? So you try to go out with your friends and go have, you know, Taco Tuesday, try to relax and have some fun, but you're all like messed up because like somebody is threatening to take away your income, right? Or you know, oh my God, the cost of your rent is tripling, and so how are you going to afford to pay? Or, you know, I know not everyone is in dire situations, but even the stress of my neighbor going through that and having, like, I may not have these things that I'm worried about being taken away, but the fact that my neighbor is, and my relative, you know, some of my relatives are, there's some of my relatives who are cheering this on, which I will never understand that, right? So anyways, when you try to forget about it and do other things and feel good elsewhere, but it's niggling you back there, right? The stuff, the chaos and the stress, right? So, yeah, you go out and you go dancing, you go bike riding, you go running. There's, you know, lots of things to do. Put your hands in the dirt. But the reason why I'm here is like I encourage, do all those things, do all those physical activities, do whatever you need to do to get the lead out, as they say, get the chaos out, extract the sadness and confusion, because, you know, it'll probably still be there, but do what you can to get it out. And I recommend doing that through a drawing practice, which also happens to help you channel into perhaps your deeper truth. That's so intense for a drawing practice. That really, I mean, that is promising a lot of deliverables for a drawing practice, right? I mean, if you're in Urban Sketchers, or if you've seen Urban Sketchers, that's a worldwide drawing community, and because there is a power, there is a sacredness to drawing, and it brings people together and it makes people feel better. Now, it can make you feel bad too, but that's what you got to work through. And I mean, it may make you feel bad in the sense of ego and like, oh, my drawing isn't very good, but that's just ego, and you can get over that with practice, right? All things are possible through practice, right? Just keep on practicing and your drawing will improve. I mean, I've had people look at my stuff and say, oh my God, I could never do that. I could never do that. I'm like, you could if you practice, right? I probably thought that too 5 years ago, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, oh my God, I could never do that. Oh my God, I want to draw, but I can't. Oh, I can't, not to save my life. Everyone can draw with practice, right? And there's a lot of people who are committed to like, no, I will never be able to learn how to draw. Oh, in fact, that reminds me, somebody sent me an email about, oh, I loved your class, but I just know I will never learn how to draw. Did I lose my internet there? Just maybe. Anyways, there's a lot of people who have a lot of stories about how they cannot draw or do other things, right? I'm kind of having that right now. I have this whole thing, like I get nervous when I go into yoga classes. I'm like, they're too close. He's too close. I can hear him breathing. I can hear her breathing. Oh my God, she just coughed, and there goes all her germs, right? Like the COVID years messed me up as far as social. I have a hard time going into social situations and going to like yoga classes where everyone is breathing, right? It's getting better, but I know I'm still, it gets me going, right? Anyways, we got to do what we got to do to take care of ourselves because we can't get sick during this madness. We can't let him make us sick, right? And I mean him in the general sense of the man. I wouldn't even call him that. He's more like, I'm not even going to go there because I'm working on my language to not go there. But I would never call him a man. Anyways. So yeah, channeling. This is super important just to do these continuous line warm-ups because they take your mind somewhere. And right now I'm chatting, but I'm really chatting to myself because even if you're listening to this, I don't see you. So I am here to tell you that the power of continuous line is real. If you don't feel ready to draw, at least make some lines, right? Make some lines, and they can even be like lines like this. They don't have to be, the nice thing about this is like this is when you start to get into the controlling your lines, and I don't mean control like strangle the life out of it, controlling it so much, but more like just like I'm in control of my lines. I am in control of my lines because oftentimes when people start doing this, they're like this. And maybe you have to do that the first few times. You got to go, oh my God, I got to just get this shit out of my head, right? And that's totally fine. But in time and with practice, my pen's a little light here, so hopefully you can see it. The lines just get a little bit more controlled. This is when I was leaving the ice as a demonstration to say even ice skaters leave the ice. So ice skaters are athletic continuous liners. Right? So you can leave the line, you can leave the paper. It's totally okay. All right, have I given a good enough sermon about the power of continuous line and how important it is just to do these lines? If you don't do anything else and you don't want to draw a continuous line, it's totally fine. Just do the continuous line warm-up and then go back to doing your own thing because I'm not here to change your style. I'm not here to tell you have to draw a continuous line. But I am here to tell you that this is a very powerful tool to help elevate your mind, elevate your thinking, get you grounded, and build skill. It'll build skill if you allow it to, right? Build skill if you allow it to. All right, there you go. Have a great day, everyone. It is Friday, and there's a lot of dancing going on in the Hardin. Everyone's getting ready for Christ. Now, he's not coming for 40 more days, 38, something like that. But there's like also all the not the Aztecs. Are they Aztecs? They're not Aztecs here. What are they? They're Chichimecas. Well, they are Aztecs. Anyways, there's a lot of dancing and drumming going on this weekend. And so have a good weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Keep on doing your lines and telling your stories, and have a great day. Okay, bye.